Mm. And we're back. Yes.
Oh man, I almost dropped my coffee.
Yeah. What kind of coffee do you got? Instant?
No, I've been making cold brew.
Have you really? Wow.
So I have a 32 ounce bottle. And I have a French press. So I cold brew the night before. Then I just made a fresh batch for the whole week. So I'm taking the first sip of the fresh batch, and it tastes good.
Nice. Oh, that sounds awesome. I've never had cold brew coffee.
It's good. Like actually,
That's what I've heard.
A few days ago, I actually had instant coffee because I was really tired. And I didn't have any cold brew, and I hated it, dude.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh man.
I have to be honest with you. I've had instant, and I was okay with it. But when you've had like real coffee and then go back to instant, and you're just like,
yeah, you can't go back.
No, you can't. But the thing is, instant. I do like instant coffee still on ice cream.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
I could eat that. But other than that,
cold brew has like a slight chocolatey, nutty taste.
Yeah, that sounds really good, actually.
And it tastes really good just like by itself. But for this one, I have just a little bit of milk and vanilla.
Milk? Did you say, you said milk, but I want to say milk just because it's so odd when people say milk.
Oh,
better than milk.
But hi, everyone.
Hi. Welcome back, everybody. I don't know why all of you blue screen.
Yeah, why'd you guys do that? It's terrible.
It wasn't us, that's for sure.
We're just trying to hang out, and you guys just go and ditch us.
Yeah, what kind of people are you? I'm just kidding. We love you. You guys are awesome. That's what kind of people you are. Okay, so back to the stream. Sorry about that, everybody.
Cool. What question do you want to pull?
Okay, let's see. Okay. Wow. Sunny S'more says, I'm in a long distance. Maybe it's a relationship. It just says I'm in a long distance. But anyways, and am about to see my friend again in about an hour. I've noticed over calls that she has changed, and I'm not sure how to adapt to the new her. Any advice? Would you like to take this one?
Never. Okay. So she has changed, which people do. But what we need to know is if she changed for the worse. And if that's what's bothering you. Because if she changed for the worse, then I think, or not that I think, I know that what you're supposed to do, if you can muster the courage to do so, is talk to your friend about it. Say, hey, I realize like you've been acting kind of strange lately. You're just not yourself. Do you need a Snickers? But if they change in a way that they just change where you don't like recognize them in that sense because maybe they were super duper outgoing and stuff, but now they might be reserved or mature. If they change in that sense, then I say there's nothing wrong with that. That's just someone growing up. But if you're talking about the sense that they change in a way that you hate it because they're being jerks, then your best bet is to talk to them about it and express your feelings as to why you don't like the way they are. But it's really vague, what you told us, so I'm just giving you the best of both worlds. But yeah, what do you have to say, Ryan?
I would basically say the same thing. I mean, people change all the time. Usually it's gradually, so we don't notice too much. But I just remembered something that happened to me in high school. It was pretty wild. But I'll tell it. For some reason, I thought of it, so I'll just tell it. I had a friend in high school who I met, and something happened when we connected the first time. When we met the very first time, I'm not quite sure exactly what happened, but I was like in a situation where I was somewhat uncomfortable, but deciding to be really outgoing and really fun and really energetic, even though I was somewhat uncomfortable. Um, and for some reason, from that day on, whenever I would meet that friend, I would, my mind would shift, and like I would become a different personality every single time I got with him. And he actually would do the same thing. Every time he met with me, he would shift personalities and be different. So we were like basically like best friends. We had like a blast together all the time. So I just thought that was really interesting. And one day and I didn't really know him any other way because it's the first time I met him. He didn't know me any other way. But one time my friend came up, or not my friend, one of his friends came up to me, and it was actually during his birthday party. And he was like, dude, whenever you're around, Andy is completely different. Like he's a different person whenever you're around. And I'm like, that's so weird. But it was kind of cool. So you can actually take advantage of that. If you meet someone for the first time and you have a specific like form about you, if you have a specific personality when you meet them, you'll kind of create a habit. Every time you meet them, you'll take on this personality. But it goes to show that it's not a bad thing that there are different personalities. It's not a bad thing that we change or we get into new things or we act completely different than ourselves in some certain situations. In some ways, it's actually completely natural. It's just kind of how life plays out and what happens. So there's nothing particularly bad about it. And so you should always come at it with that kind of notion to say, you know what, just kind of like basically show patience and mercy and kindness, and don't worry so much about whether they're the same as they used to be or if it's going to be awkward since you don't really know how to interact with them anymore. Just do your best and be patient with them because that's all you really can do. People change and it's usually a good thing. Sometimes it's bad though, like Derek said earlier. So I think you know what to do. You just got to be yourself or accommodate them. Be your best to them. Basically, that's really what you should do. Be the best you. There you go.
You did it.
I hope that you did it. You did it. I hope that helped.
Ta-da! We have one here, which kind of sounds like a predator alert to me. But it's from Ananya. She said, I met someone on the internet today. She was very nice to me and didn't force me to do things. But after my friend in real life was rude to her today, she started pressuring me to do things, and I don't like to say no. That's a predator. I don't know.
That's a predator.
But if you don't want to do it, then just say no. And you have to learn to say no. Because you're going to be in a situation where you better hope you say no. Yeah, actually, I think I'm pretty good at saying no. Also because I'm old enough to not like have to deal with anyone's stuff. If I don't like something, I'll say no. And if I hurt their feelings, I'm like, hey, you know what? You'll get over it. I hope you respect my feelings and it'll be fine. You can find someone else to do that thing you want to be done.
Yep. Yeah.
But, go ahead.
I just, sometimes, some situations it's good to say yes, like, helping your friends out and that sort of thing. But, I mean, there's tons of different situations where you just have to learn to say no. Here's the thing. I hate saying no. I hate saying no when it's like people asking me, hey, will you do a cover with me? Or will you do a collaboration with me? And I'm just like, I know you want me to, and it would be really cool if I did it for you, but I simply cannot. I have way too many projects and I have to say no. And it doesn't feel good to say no. But I know in this case what's best for me, at least somewhat. I know that I can't just accept every project ever because I'll just literally just not be able to do it. So Static never wants to talk to me. Who's that guy?
Some freaking noob.
Yeah, what the heck? He doesn't know what's going on. I talk to him all the time.
The newbie cat, get out of here.
Yeah, who are you? You got a wrench next to your name, whoever you are. You should just like leave the chat now.
What a tool.
Saying such that. Yeah, what a tool. Next to oh, he's got a wrench. What a tool. What a tool, because wrenches are tools. Yeah.
Ananya said, I ended up doing something I didn't want to.
Mm.
Well,
yeah.
If they ask again, just don't do it. You have, here, let's put it this way. You just met this person. They have done absolutely nothing to earn your respect and trust. The way I see it. It takes quite a bit for someone to earn that. For me, like, I'll help them out in like some little things because just be a nice person. But if someone like demands things from me or expects things from me, there's absolutely no reason I would ever give anything to someone at that level, especially if I didn't want to. In your case, you didn't want to, so you had no reason to say yes other than that issue you had that you can't say no, which that's something you have to... it's not really training yourself to say no, it's more that you come first. What you're feeling and how you feel comes first before some random person on the internet. So, if you don't want to do it, and they ask you to do something again after this stream, during this stream, who knows, just say no. And if they ask again, once again, this person is just a stranger, you hover over the name, you do the right click, and then you do the delete. Or you don't have to do that. Just unfriend them or unfollow them. Well, but the main thing is... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, no, go on.
The main thing is, don't do what you don't want to do.
Here's the thing. Here's this person, and you want him to be your friend, yeah? And it feels good that you have a new friend, and that's awesome. And they peer pressure you kind of by, in a way, holding that against you. Because you feel like if you lose your friend, you'll suffer, right? And no one likes to suffer. So by that instinct, we get pulled into things we don't necessarily want to do, so we don't have to feel things we don't want to feel if we chose not to. And here's the question. It seems like whatever it was, you feel maybe ashamed of, or maybe just like, that's something you didn't want to do. Why did you make me do that? I feel stupid now, or I feel out of place. I don't feel proud of myself, right? Certainly why you're bringing it up, because it's not, whatever it is, you don't really feel proud of yourself for it. If someone is causing you to be a worse person, then they're not your friend. They might try to be your friend and you can be their friend, but the thing is, like, if they're making you feel bad about yourself because they're making you do things that you're not comfortable with, then that might not be a relationship worth having. Because while friends are important and people are important, you are a person as well. And if you live a life where you're ashamed of yourself, or if you live a life where you're doing things that you don't agree with on a moral level or whatever, you're gonna hate yourself. You're gonna slowly come more and more to dislike yourself because you are doing things that are against what you believe in. So saying that, I think it's better to abandon a friend if that is what it takes than to live a life where you have abandoned yourself. Because if you've abandoned yourself, what kind of friend can you be? If you don't really like yourself, then how well can you provide for other people if you're not even providing for yourself? You know, how good can you look to other people if you don't even look good to yourself? So anyways, it's just keep that in mind. It's good. It's good to say no to certain things. Some things are tempting. Some things are just like being pressured into it. But that's just how it goes. Hopefully you can say no next time. Just do your best. And you know what? Sometimes we make mistakes, and through the mistakes we realize, okay, that was a big mistake. Let's not do that again. You know, and then say no the rest of the time. And here's the thing. If is like, okay, I won't bug you about it or whatever. If she decides that she would rather be a good friend than push this on, then that's awesome. Then you found someone that actually is pretty cool. Every time you say no, she's okay. You're like, oh, okay, whatever. But if she's pressuring you after you say no, and she just keeps on doing it, then remember to take a step back, put your worries aside about the whole, I need to keep this friend thing, because, that's my personality too. But remember to keep in mind that there are some things that are even more important than friendships, as much as friendships are important. You can't have a friendship if you're dead, basically. If you hate yourself, how good of a friend can you be to other people? I mean, you might be a good friend, but people who love themselves are generally better friends because they understand, they love themselves and not searching for love as much, and that sort of thing. There's a whole science and giant thing behind that, but regardless, just say no. It's okay to lose a friend if you have to, but hopefully this is a way for you to test her and see if she's worthy of being your friend. So, anyways, sorry for carrying on, but
no, that was some good
explain it the best stuff. I could.
You went real deep into my soul.
It was nice there. You had cotton candy. I had some.
You must be on the wrong soul. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it was you. It was you, because remember, it was blue cotton candy.
Someone asked how old you were.
I am 27. How old are you?
I am also 27. You're the 27 twins.
In a year, we'll be the 28 twins. What?
Wait, are you younger than me or older?
I'm older than you, I think. Just by, when's your birthday?
September.
Mine's in August.
Okay, so, yeah.
Yeah, just by a little bit, I think.
How dare you?
How dare you be older than me? What year did you graduate? 07 or 08?
07.
Okay, wow, we had the same year as well then. Because usually people who are birthed after October go to school.
1 year later.
Yeah. Well, way to go, you. High five.
High five. Also, thank you, Nicole. My cat also loves you. His name is Alpha. He likes to hang out and bother me all the time.
Basalt. I don't know if that's how you pronounce your name, but I hope it is. Because I think that sounds cool. But maybe it's pronounced a different way and it's even cooler. But anyways, my audio is not very good because I'm using my webcam for it. If I use my good audio equipment, we have technical issues right now going on, and it would basically play every sound that goes through my computer back to Derek. So whenever Derek talks to me, he would get this annoying, crazy loud echo. So instead of doing that, I'm just using bad audio, and I apologize. But
soon he will have it all set up.
It's off.
So do we have any questions?
Okay,
everyone, we have one from Freya. My friend ignores me and I don't understand why. When I ask her why, it seems like she doesn't notice she's ignoring me. She seems like she doesn't know she's ignoring me. We always used to talk, but she's basically ditched me for her internet friends. Also, good job, Ananya. High five. She blocked the bad friend.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Good,
that's
you did it.
Good on you. That's awesome.
Freya also asked... She also asked another question. How do you help someone with depression? I personally don't understand what it's like, but some of my friends have depression. I don't know how to help them. Is that the same person that's ignoring you with the internet friends?
Yeah, you've got 2 questions now. You've got 2 questions. Which one do you want me to answer?
Right.
You're making it hard on me, yeah? My accent is not
Gonna have
good.
to go down to Bonnie's, yeah?
Yeah, anybody from that area that might sound like this, which is not a specific island whatsoever. If you think I'm trying to be Australian, I'm not.
You're quite close, though. You can do a little better.
If you think I'm trying to be English, I'm
I love your
not.
hair, mate.
If you think I'm trying to be Russian, you're way off. Because Russian doesn't sound like this at all.
Russian sounds a little bit like this.
That is sounded like a Japanese. That is not Russian.
Russian sound
I'm just Italian. I'm Italian. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense.
The princess is in another castle.
Let's make sure we get all the accents out so that no one feels singled out and everybody hates us because they're like, wow, you guys' accents are not legit.
That
is why I only do Russian accent. This is normal speak for me. I'm Russian, so that is how I talk. I often lose words in my sentence because Russian is not needing those words in English. If you know what I mean. So
English harder.
That is how I normally talk. You're welcome. Okay. I think let's do the first one that she said. You want to do the one about, well, you said that you had questions. We always used to talk, but she's basically ditched me for her internet friends. That one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you can answer that one? Or do you need more questions answered about it?
Because it's more like this person is choosing to do so, and you can't really do much about it, to be quite honest. If they're choosing to like hang out with the internet friends, then they can do as they wish. And yeah, yes, it is like bothering you because they're your friend. I'm sure you guys go way back. But you've already made attempts to talk to them and to express yourself, and they're ignoring you. You can try one more time. I mean, third, fourth, fifth, seventh times the charm, I guess. But in all reality, if they're gonna keep doing that, then the best you can do is just leave it alone and let them come to you if they ever do come to you. Because sometimes that's all just people really need, some alone time, even though they're with their internet friends. But you can't just keep pushing it because nothing will get done. You might make it worse just by they might see it as you bothering them, even though it's not the case. You're just trying to find out what's going on. So just leave it alone. Let them come to you, and if they do come to you, talk about it. If she doesn't come to you, he doesn't come to you, then you still really can't do much about it. So you just gotta wait it out. It's the all amazing waiting game, my favorite game of all time. It's the most mature game of all time too.
Yeah, that was perfect. Absolutely perfect. I have nothing to add on to that. Yep. Sometimes you just gotta let things be things, because you can't do anything about it. You can try, and you can try to be around them more and rekindle the friendship. But I mean, there's not much you can do about what they decide to do.
Mm-hmm. You just gotta hang out.
Yeah,
let things ride.
All you can do is hang out.
And I actually saw 3 questions that were all related to depression. So I think we could just knock them all out about how to deal with it, or if they know someone that is dealing with it and what to do. So we can do like a mass depression answer. That sounds really bad.
Okay. Yeah. Well, okay. Go for it.
So if you're dealing with depression, the absolute best thing you can do is ask for help. That is the hardest thing to do when you're in depression, because you feel like there's no one there. You feel like you're bothersome. But honestly, you have to ask for help. You or at least just tell someone. You don't even have to ask for help. Just tell someone, because then even that by itself feels good, just to let it out. Because sometimes we're just so caught up in our own things and putting all those emotions inside a small ball, which is our body and our minds, which we can't handle all that. But if you're depressed, you yourself ask for help or find a means to express yourself. Me, myself, I was depressed for a little bit, not too long. I still get it once in a while. But music is my outlet of depression. I throw down my emotions into musical form, and it feels good. But you find your way, be it art, be it driving around, taking a walk, running, something, like a small outlet. But don't be afraid to reach for help. And if you know someone that's depressed, suicidal thoughts or whatever, you can make that first step to ask them for help, because as I said in the beginning, where you're the one who's scared to ask for help, if you can see your friend being in that state of mind where they're depressed, go over and just say, hey, how's it going? How are you today? You don't have to dig real deep first, because that might cause problems for them. They might think you're pestering them. Depression's like it's a weird ball to play with. So go over, make it easy for them. Just be their friend. Be there for them. If they start talking to you about it, listen. Just listen. If you don't have any experience with it, don't try to make something up. Just offer your best kind of foundation of advice. Because if you don't know how it is, don't really try to pretend, because it's not fair to them. And that's what a lot of people don't kind of get, where someone's depressed and it's like, oh, I know how you feel. It's like, no, not really. So be that friend to kind of go over there and lend them a hand. And then if they feel like opening up to you, let them do so. If they're suicidal, tell someone, of course, offer them help. And most of the time there might be like a suicide watch thing, if you guys haven't heard of that. It's when they're put in like lockdown and then their family is watching over them, or I know there's like a service that does that. But that's for like the extreme when this person's like gonna do it. But all like suicidal situations are, you take that 100% seriously. So you take it as they're gonna do it. So yeah, that's what I got.
Okay. Yeah, good. I'm gonna go and dive into the kind of more scientific approach and what you can do for yourself or your friends as well. Okay, I've explained this before. Everybody who's heard this before, I apologize. I'm gonna say it again, and you'll like it or you'll hate it. Regardless, I'm gonna say it. So don't you try to stop me, jerk. This escalated quickly. Anyways, so depression comes from two habits, and they're subconscious, meaning subconscious is basically all of your habits, all of what makes you you in a way. But your subconscious basically controls, or it inherits and executes habits. So like how to speak the English language is subconscious. How to walk, it's subconscious. Whether you like potatoes or not is subconscious, believe it or not. Whether you like males or females is subconscious. It can be changed because it's actually formed out of habit, but some things are much harder to change than others. And pretty much a lot of things that make you reside in your subconscious mind. How you react to certain situations. When someone offends you, does it trigger anger, or does it trigger sadness, or does it not trigger anything? It's all it's in your mind, and it's all made up of habits. That's the point of your subconscious mind. So that you don't have to think of everything while you do it, so that you can actually walk without having to think, okay, lift my left foot up, put it slightly in front of my right foot, shift my weight, oh my gosh, I almost fell over, and then put it down. You don't have to think so hard. Yeah, so that's what the subconscious mind is for. So this can work against you, though, if your subconscious mind is doing two things. One, if it's being habitually negative, and two, if it's being habitually self-focused. What that means is every time you think about yourself, you're thinking negative thoughts. I don't mean selfish, just self-focused. Like you're always thinking about yourself. I find, when I was kind of in not that great of a shape, when I was more depressed, if I thought about other people, as soon as I stopped thinking about myself, I stopped feeling depressed, because then I wasn't thinking about myself and thinking negative things about myself. And I was focusing on other people. My life seemed to go easier. So if you're habitually thinking negative about yourself, you're gonna be depressed. Things that might cause this are doing things that you're not proud of, or continuing to do them. But if you start to do things that make you more proud, start to be yourself out in public, even if it means being embarrassed, start going out of your way to look at the world in a more positive way. Basically, what you have to do this is every time you feel like you are thinking negative about a situation, stop yourself and say, nope, I've got to force myself to see the positive. What is the positive in this? How can I turn this into a positive thing? And there are so many positives. It's just hard to find them at first. But once you get good at it, you'll start to see billions and billions. It's so easy once you get in a good habit of finding positive things. But yeah, that's basically what you do. And maybe do things for other people more often without wanting reward for it. So go out of your way to like maybe, I don't know, give someone like who's in lunch line ahead of you or something, and they're like, oh shoot, I don't have money today, and then you can pay for it. Or maybe it's just picking up a pencil off the ground, or maybe it's telling someone that they have nice shoes. Doesn't matter. Something nice for other people that reaps no reward. I think these are the two things that helped me out of depression the most. Realizing and coming to accept that I was depressed, realizing what it was, and then figuring out how to create actions that I could follow through with that would change my state of mind to make me less depressed and slowly move forward with myself. And you guys can do that too. You just have to think about it. You know, I remember standing in front of the mirror and be like, wow, I'm really messed up right now. What can I do? And that's kind of when I started focusing and really studying myself and realizing what was causing it, and basically doing the opposite to fix it. So as for how to help your friends with it, I would say do the same thing. Be an example. Be an example of if you start trying to be a better you, if you start trying to be the best version of yourself at all times, especially in public or when it's embarrassing, they will notice and they will start copying you. Maybe not right away. Maybe it's really subtle, but they'll notice and they'll be like, wow, Derek, he's helping people and it's crazy. I want to be like that.
I would never do that.
I never could do that. I could never do that. And then a couple of weeks later, they're presented with something and they're like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to pick the pencil up off the ground. And they do it. And they're like, yeah, I feel good about that. I feel good about myself, you know? And then that's one little step in making the right moves to getting out of depression. And so be a good example for them by trying to improve yourself is what is going to improve them best. It's at least in my experience. And also just being the support, just being there for them and saying, hey, I don't really understand what it's like, but I'm here to listen, and I'll be by your side regardless. So yeah. Anyways, sorry that was lengthy, but I kind of wanted to dive into it because
no, man, that was yeah. I agree. It is important.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, it wasn't too deep that it was over anybody's head. I think I explained everything pretty well, without making it too difficult. So I found one. Okay, did you find any recently that you wanted to do?
I don't think so. Just people asking for tacos.
Oh, sweet. Tacos. Tacos look like this. You're welcome.
Ryan, they don't believe that my hair used to be fluffy. Confirm.
Oh, it used to be very different. It's changed. When did it change? How old were you?
Oh, well, you saw my baby picture. No. My hair was super fluffy.
Your hair was super fluffy. Your hair, and then you had straight hair, but then it turned curly. Your hair has changed multiple times.
It's still kind of fluffy, but not so much. I cut my hair short now, but here's like the most recent picture I can find of myself when it was fluffy.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, everyone is asking about tacos, which is, I think that's your thing. How did that taco thing start? Was that like from like a music stream?
I'm sorry, I have to fix it. The Don't Worry stream says in it that we'll be sharing tacos. except there's no tacos.
Because
So
I always see like something about tacos every stream.
So everybody's always bringing up tacos. I should change the description to something else so that people will always bring up something else. Maybe like hot dog suckies or something. Ice cream. Ew, what's a hot dog sucky? It's basically a hot dog that works as a straw, and used in ice cream when your ice cream turns into soup.
What if you put a hot dog in your taco shell, then layer it with ice cream scoops, and then just sprinkles on it? Yeah.
Nice. You know, MIC, I one time saw a picture of a hot dog and a hot dog bun, and then I realized it was a banana. It was a banana in a hot dog bun, and it was like with ketchup and mustard on it, and I was like, ew, that's awesome. That's so gross, but that's awesome. Did you send that picture? Was it you? Because that's totally something you would do. Yeah. I love the peanut butter jelly sandwich one, where you make peanut butter jelly sandwich and then they put it together. But the peanut butter and the jelly are on the outside.
Dude, there's this burger joint over here where I think it's called Slaters. But pretty much they make like really crazy gnarly burgers, and it's really good. But they have one called a peanut butter burger, which there's a peanut sauce for like the chicken, the Thai chicken, something like that. So I'd assume it'd be just as good on a burger. I haven't tried it myself. But there are like things like that, and surprisingly they're good. Here's one thing that good. I don't know if you tried it yet. I told you about it, but when you fry an egg and put it on a peanut butter toast.
I haven't done that yet, but I have to try it. Thanks for reminding me. I forgot about that.
That's really good,
toast,
dude.
That's it. Just peanut butter toast and egg.
Yeah, so get a toast, spread peanut butter on it, fry an egg. I tried it like kind of scrambled. It wasn't that good. I don't know what it is, but the friedness from the fried egg makes it taste so good.
How should I prepare it? Like over easy so that the yolk runs into it?
It's good both ways. It's up to you. It's how you like your fried egg. Okay. So however you like the fried egg, then just pop it right on.
Yeah, man, eggs are honestly one of my favorite foods, and not just because they taste good, but because there's so many things you can do with them, and they taste good so many different ways. I mean, like cookies.
Oh yeah,
that has eggs, and then you have you can make meringue out of eggs. You can fry them in so many different ways, and it tastes amazing. So many different ways. It doesn't like eggs are so cool. They taste great on burgers. Yeah, eggs are one of my favorite foods just because you could do so many things with them and they taste so good. Like, it's awesome. Oh, excuse me.
You're welcome.
So you're welcome.
I don't know why that was like an automatic reaction.
When anyone says you're welcome, you said you're welcome and I responded, you're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome, you're welcome. You're welcome that you're welcome. You're welcome to welcome more.
Oh man.
Anyways,
so we have two questions towards the bottom.
Okay, good.
One's from Ryo's Flame. I'm worried to let out my true self to other people because I think they won't accept me. What do I do?
Okay, cool. That's the one I was looking at, and I was wondering if we should do that. I like that one.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. Yeah.
You first.
Okay. So here's my story. When I was I don't want to go lengthy because I've told this many times before, but when I was going through school, I was bullied a lot, and I had very few friends until the last 2 years of school. That's funny because the first 2 years of school and the last 2 years of school, I had friends, a lot of them. But anyways, I lost my confidence, and I started worrying about what other people thought about me. I started worrying a lot about how I looked and what people were thinking. And so I would prevent myself from being myself. And the last 2 years of school, the last 4 years from the end of school, so my freshman year, I started playing a game with some friends called Ragnarok Online. It was an MMORPG. It was basically a giant internet game I could play with lots of people. I hopped around from different servers and stuff, but eventually I became famous on multiple different servers, depending on which one I was on. And that's actually where the word static P comes from. I was known as Black Static. So anyways, I would play the game, and all of a sudden I started to realize I had so many friends on the game, but I had very few friends in real life. And I was like, why is that? What's the difference between the game and real life? How come I have so many friends in the game, but not in real life? And I realized when I was in the game, I was acting different. When I was in the game, I was actually trying to portray myself as like the best me I could. I would always say the things that were on my mind and not worry about what people thought about me. I could sit next to some random person I've never met before and just be like, "Hey, how's it going? Do you like goldfish?" Whatever randomness came to my head, I could do, and it was awesome. And so then I was like, this character in the game, Black Static, became my hero. I wanted to be him, and I realized I already was him. But the main thing I had to overcome in real life was being myself, allowing me to say those things out loud that were really funny to me, but probably make everybody else think I'm really stupid or gross or whatever it was. I had to, basically in real life, I had to force myself to become like my hero, which was me. I had to force myself to sit down next to people. And I did. I was like, okay, today I'm going to actually walk over to that person, sit down on the ground and be like, hey, how's it going? I like your shoes. Shoes look great from this angle, way down here on the floor. Whatever came to my mind. I forced myself to do it. And as I forced myself to be more who I wanted to be, less worried about what people thought of me or what people would say, the more I started to have self-esteem, the more I started to believe in myself more. And then everybody around me started to increase in their self-esteem too. And we created this awesome group where we were like at the bottom of the rung, and we became basically by default the most popular crowd because there were so many of us that were big friends and we were having a good time and we became friends with everybody. So being yourself is important. Worrying about what other people think of you is important in some cases, but most of the time you're sweating too much, you're worrying too much, you're putting yourself down without giving yourself a chance to be awesome. Mm-hmm. So it's important to be yourself. From my experience, and I can't say that you'll have the same experience, but from my experience, being myself, forcing myself to be like myself out in public because I was so accustomed to hiding myself and worrying what other people thought all the time, really was a giant foundation in who I am today. It really is, it is just super important to me, and has made my life so much better. If I was still worried, if I didn't go through that, I'd probably be depressed right now, to be honest. Because that's kind of the state I was before, slightly. So yeah, being yourself is important. Anyways, Derek, what color do you have today?
What?
Answer the question. Don't ask questions. No. What are your thoughts?
Oh, I thought you said, "What color are you?" That is what you said, didn't it?
No, I said, "What color do you have today?"
Oh,
that's almost like, "What color are you today?"
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Are you white still, or did you change? Or you're Asian now? You actually are. You're Asian.
Just be yourself.
I love it. Yeah. Be yourself.
Ryan pretty much explained everything, but you're going to feel so much better if you just be yourself instead of having to put on different personalities or different faces or different masks, because that takes energy. Unneeded energy. You're pretty much faking it for absolutely no reason other than to be accepted by someone who's only going to accept you for being fake. Do you really want that? Like, think about that real hard. Do you really want a friend who only likes you because you're being fake? And do you want a friend like that? So just be yourself and go out there and just, I would say make friends, but also don't push it. Just make friends, let people make friends with you. Just jump into a circle and be like, "Hey, my name's Kate, and I like to play with cake, and I'm gonna hang out in the circle because I'm doopy-dee-doo the best, and I'm gonna fly away, drinking my coffee, slurpity slurp."
Noise.
But yeah, just be yourself, and if people don't like it, cool. They don't have to like it, just as you would not like someone else for the way they act. We each have our own things that we like and dislike. It's totally fine. So just be yourself, and you'll meet someone just like you. And if they're not just like you, that's cool. You'll find someone eventually. And then I saw someone who was also asking like a very similar question, saying that you change your personality from each person. How do you find the real you? Just live life, pretty much. You probably are just like slightly confused or not honest with your own feelings. So just live life, pretty much. And eventually you're going to be like, oh, I'd like to act that way more often than not. That's probably me.
You know, like I said earlier, I change personalities around a specific person. I found out that I change personalities around different people, and I've noticed my brother does it too. I've noticed a lot of people do it, and it's not a bad thing. You know, I think what's more important is your foundation, like your morals, what, you know, that type of thing, what you believe in, that sort of stuff. That makes you who you are in a way, and your personality does too. How you would act, what you would not do versus what you would do. Like if you go to one crowd and say, "Oh yeah, you know, I smoke weed all day," and then you go to another crowd and you're like, "I would never smoke weed."
Don't
now
smoke
you
weed
have a
all
conflicting.
day.
I would never smoke weed all day. Now you have confliction, which is hard on you because I forget what the word is, but then you have a situation where you don't agree with yourself, and then that kind of causes you to really not like yourself. So if you have that issue, then I think there's a problem. But if you have an issue where it's just like, I'm like this around this person, I'm like this around that other person, that's not wrong. And you know, that's actually a personality trait in itself. I have that slightly. There are people who basically just try to match the other person's personality as a habit. Like if they're around outgoing people, they're super outgoing. But if they're around really relaxed people, they're always really relaxed. And that's actually a skill that some people desire to have because it makes them really charismatic. It makes them look really good. So it's something people actually train themselves to have, and you might have that naturally. It's not bad, but eventually you'll settle. You'll find certain friends that you cling to more, and maybe you'll become more solid personality most of the time. But you know, I think we all have our ups and downs. We all have our relaxed days and outgoing days, or people days, or task days, or whatever. We all have that. So I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't think, oh no, I'm having this issue. It's not an issue.
So we have one from Stephanie R. I have this problem where I don't know how to comfort people, and I never know what to tell them. I can't turn them down, but I'm terrified to give them the wrong advice. What say you?
Okay. I think that fear of giving them the wrong advice is actually something to be... I'm impressed by that. Usually people spring at the idea of giving advice because it makes them feel like, yeah, I'm important, and this person is listening to what I have to say, and they think I'm right, and it's cool. You know, that's awesome that you have a fear of giving people the wrong advice, because that means you're actually trying to give them the right advice. You're not just taking it as an ego trip. And I say that because I've seen a lot of that. And I think that's an awesome fear to have. I'm impressed by that. But anyways, if you're not sure with your advice, then I would just not say it, because you know you don't want to hurt somebody until you're at a point where you're like, I think this method could work, and it worked on me, or I saw it work for other people. I'll give you this advice, and I hope it helps you. You know, I think it's important to always give a disclaimer like, hey, I don't know what's going to work for you. Everybody's different. and sometimes things work for some people and they don't work for others. And that's just the way life goes. You have to carry on, and eventually you'll find your result. But here, you're not knowing how to comfort people and that sort of stuff. I can understand it can be awkward, and sometimes even when you do know how to comfort people, you get into a situation where you don't know how to comfort them because it's just been so long where it's like, I've run this comfort play like 400 times and it's no longer effective, and now I don't know what to do. So everybody's eventually confronted with that discomfort of how to comfort people. I don't know what to do. I can't do anything. And at that point, all you can really do is just be there and be your genuine self. And you can even say out loud to them, like, hey, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to help. So I'm sorry, but I'm here for you. I mean, I can listen. I think most people just want someone to listen. To be honest, listening is the greatest thing you can do to comfort people. Just hearing people out and what they have to say and listening to them genuinely, actually listening and being honest with your feedback and say, oh, that sounds terrible. I don't know what to say except for that sounds terrible and I'm sorry for you. But the thing is, it helps people when they get it off their chest. It helps people when they say their things out loud. Because one, by saying it out loud, it gets it off the mind, and it relaxes them. And two, sometimes saying out loud presents them with the answer that they need. Like saying out loud takes their mind, rather than this loop that happens in our mind. Like we start thinking and then we loop back around and then keep on playing this thing over and over in our head. Because you're saying out loud, you don't want to do that to the person. So you actually continue the sentences forward and forward and forward. And you end up saying what you need to fix it. You're like, I keep on dealing with all this blah, blah, blah. And I know I just have to do this. And you're like, oh yeah, that's true. I do just have to do this. And then, and they figure out the answer themselves. So anyway, I hope that made sense. Kind of was going into the mind a little bit about the looping thing. I don't know if anybody else experiences that, but I'm sure you all have. But anyways, listening is the best comfort you can give. So just listen. Anyways, I'll let Derek do the thing now. I'll shut up. Hamilka.
If I ever have advice that I cannot give, that doesn't make sense. If I don't have advice to give, I usually just don't say it. Here is what like a super generic conversation would go between someone that's having a problem I have no experience with, don't know how to help, and myself. Hey Derek, blank happened to me. What do I do? Oh man, I really don't have experience in that, and I'm not going to pretend to know how you feel. I would say just do your best, or maybe you have someone else that might have gone through that. Oh, maybe you should ask Michael Gregory from down the block. I think he also had that blank happen to him. But
there you go.
I would never offer advice that I had no experience on, because one, I'm like shooting in the dark, saying like, oh, if you do this, you're gonna win. Maybe. I don't know. But what I will do is just comfort them by listening. And sometimes that helps people clear their mind and help them come to terms like, oh, I can really see the bigger picture now. Because when you're going through it like full speed, everything's blurry, you don't know what's happening, tunnel vision. But once you relax, I always tell this to my friends as well, you just need to calm down, look at the entire thing as a whole, like lay it out in front of you. These are your options. You can go this way, you can go that way. If you do this first, then you can do that next. It's easier to get things done instead of just going straight in the tunnel but not really paying attention to what's around you. So that's pretty much it. Ryan took care of most of that. But I believe in you.
Yeah.
I believe in you, the good one.
I like the way that you explained that, because I think that explained it in a little bit better way than I was explaining it. So I appreciate that. Okay. Ooh, oh wait, I can't sing that.
Rose said, I'm done with work and it's porridge and cold. Why do you have porridge?
Yeah. Because porridge is tasty.
I don't think I've ever had porridge. Is that like oatmeal? Is that another word for oatmeal?
Yeah. It's kind of like oatmeal. Let's Google it. I'm gonna Google it because that's the almighty search engine. Porridge. Wikipedia. Because it's not oatmeal, but it is kind of, I'm pretty sure. A dish made by boiling ground, crushed, or chopped starchy plants, typically grain, in water or milk, is often cooked or served with flavorings such as sugar, honey, etc. I don't know what etc. is, but that's weird that they just put anything in there apparently. To make a sweet dish, or mix with spices, vegetables, etc. To make a savory dish. Oh wait, that's not a. It's better to make a savory dish. Oh, I got it. Okay, I read it wrong. Okay, anyways, it is usually served in a hot bowl. That's right. I emphasize the W in that. So pretty much any flour, ground or crushed, chopped starchy plants. So you could do that with grain. You could do that with rice. You could make porridge from, heck, even cattails. Because you can make flour from cattails.
Don't say those things.
Oh, I don't mean cattails like the cat that walks around. I'm talking about the plant, cattails. Yeah. Actually, it's amazing the amount of things you can make with cattails. Because cattails, like you can't find it in the supermarket. You cannot. If the people don't buy them and sell them, or sorry, people don't sell them in the marketplace, but they're everywhere. Where there's at least like ditches of water and things like that. They're super super awesome. You can make tons of things with them. It's really cool.
Tons.
if I was to be under a situation where like it was like survival, I would just go to a swamp or something. Maybe not a swamp, a marsh rather. A marsh and then just live off the cattails.
Do you like oatmeal?
Yeah, I had a bowl of oatmeal this morning. Do you like oatmeal?
Yeah. What I make though is, have you had overnight oats?
Oh yeah. I like overnight oats.
So what I do is, I get a mason jar, put oatmeal. It could be any flavoring you want, but I use snickerdoodle cookie flavoring.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Chocolate chips and almonds. Then pour a little bit of milk, shake it up, leave it in the fridge. When it comes out, it's pretty much a cake the next day.
That sounds so good. Yeah, it would be like a cake. That sounds really good.
And
that's brilliant.
It's more thicker because it doesn't have time for when you boil it and whatever to burn off all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really delicious.
That sounds really
I'd highly suggest it. Yeah, just make it before you go to bed, and when you wake up in the morning, you have breakfast ready for you.
Where do you get the flavoring of snickerdoodle?
I have it in a protein. It's a protein powder.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that stuff. I like the muscle milk stuff, like the protein powders that you can get.
I get that because I don't think I get enough protein in my diet, so I have that just in case. But you can pretty much do anything. You can do snickerdoodle, chocolate, vanilla, birthday cake to really make it even more cakey.
Oh, interesting.
Because it's not really watery at all. I mean, if you add more milk, you can make it watery, but it's just enough. You usually put half a cup to half a cup of oatmeal. That's how you get the thick consistency. Easy. And then, it just comes out like a kind of moist cake. And it's super delicious.
Delicious. I like the way you say delicious. It reminds me of good, delicious things. A lot of people are asking if we can rap for some reason. Can you rap? Derek, can you rap? You did rap.
Yeah, I did rap in that song I made.
You did rap in that song you made. And I rapped in my song, so I'm wondering, it's I
think we can. I think we're capable of.
I think we can do it.
On the spot, I don't know. I don't know if my thinking skills are that great.
I'm not good at freestyle with English language, to be honest. I don't know why. I'm good at fake stuff. I can make it sound like I'm speaking. I can't speak as if I'm Korean, but if I rap, I can make it sound kind of somewhat like Korean. like K-pop.
Yeah,
but it's not.
freestyling is
Anybody
hard
who's
for me
Korean will
also.
be like, that's just gibberish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, freestyle is hard for me also. I don't think I can do it. If I did, I would be like doing it so slow as I think while I'm rapping.
Oh yeah, I would be bad. I'm just so bad.
I woke up in the morning to grab some orange, but I couldn't get out of my room because the door hinge was broken. But it's cool. I found a tool. But then I woke up and fell off my stool. How did I get here? But that's all right. Hey, Mom, please turn off the light. I'm naked. But that's cool, because I don't know what to do. What rhymes with do? Oh, boo-hoo, I lose.
That was actually pretty dang good. That was pretty good. I can't even. Wow. That was pretty good, man, actually. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, it wasn't like super quick.
Yeah.
But at least it was like, it rhymed, and that was pretty good.
Your turn.
Okay, geez. No, I don't speak Korean, or I don't really listen to K-pop that much, but I like it from time to time. I don't know Rap God, so I can't really do the fast part or any part of it. I'm sorry, Moo Moo Waffles. I like your name though. And so does Kitty Catty. Kitty Catty also likes your name, Moo Moo Waffles. BTS, yep, I know BTS, but I don't know their songs. Okay, so my turn. I woke up in the morning to get some orange. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait a second.
You're like, wait a minute. That's how I started mine.
That sounds awfully familiar.
That sounds really familiar. Geez, I
believe in you.
I can't even. I'm not good at that. I can do like, I can drop the beat.
How about we go back and forth?
Okay.
You go first and then I'll follow.
Okay. Your turn. You're like, what? Noise.
I did it.
Noise.
Blurp.
Right. Alright. Nagasaki and Ma. Kitchen but it's a nasi. Chukusuri ma but it's a kunusule. To make it naso could it? The Victoria in Oxidation. And so that sounds German actually. That last part. But some of it sounded Korean.
Ryan sang a song like. And it make me get scared cat. T-Mine said it's a summoning.
What?
T-Mine said it's a summoning.
It's a summoning. That sounded Indian, actually. That sounded like legit Indian. That was like 100% Indian, except for without actually speaking any Indian.
Trying to summon Bahamut. That's the Bahamut summoning sequence in Final Fantasy.
Muhammad Yamaki is summoned between Lebanon and Muhammad. You show him Muhammad, Muhammad. Rap like a Filipino.
And then Sephiroth is dead forever.
Alright, it's your turn, because you're an actual Filipino. Rap like a Filipino.
Once upon a time, I found a dog. I picked him up and threw him in my log. But it was cool. And then I found a hog, and then I made bacon, but that's cool.
Nice.
Arigato gozaimasu. That's not Filipino, but that's fine. But guess what? I love you 2 times more. Whoop-dee-doo, doop-dee-doo-ba-da-dee-dee-da, loo-ba-loo-ba-doo. Mimi, hey, what's that? Look out behind you, it's a cat. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Noise. I like that. I like when there's a cat behind you. Oh, it's a cat. Okay, so Filipino.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kamusta ka na? Kamusta ka na? Ikinagagala ko makilala kayo. Ikinagagala ko makilala kayo. Those are only two phrases I know. Wait, hold on. I can say, hindi ako makasalita ng Tagalog. Hindi ako makasalita ng Tagalog. There you go. That's I don't speak Tagalog in Tagalog. You're welcome.
So yeah.
Yeah, we've really derailed that. No, we've really derailed now.
Did you want to come to an end? It's been like an hour or so.
Let's do it.
So, wait, you're the host. What am I doing?
Am I? I don't know.
Yeah, you were the host.
Position earlier. I'm glad because I just kind of was like. Anyways, okay. You know what to do, guys. You know what to do. Just show yourselves out. You know where the door is.
You know all the things.
You know the things. I mean, if you're still here, you dealt with us up to this point probably before. Is there anyone in the chat that's here for the first time? Please do say. I'm kind of curious. We get a lot of familiar faces like Ananya,
Mocha,
and Kawasaki, and Mocha,
and Kitty Catty.
Yep, Kitty Catty, definitely. Oh, Team Mini is new. Okay, welcome. So
we do have a lot of first timers.
Wow, Rui. Wow, cool. Rios Flame. Rios Flame. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. Maybe it's actually Japanese. So Rios Flame. Anyways, we got to actually answer one of their questions, I believe. So that's awesome. Mr. Letter S, Christian.
Hi, Aiko. Oh yeah, she's always here too.
Aiko, yeah, that's right.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. Is Aiko? Forgive me.
Aiko? I think it's Aiko, actually.
Really? Aiko?
Aiko. Yeah, I think that's Aiko Mason. But maybe it's Aiko, but I'm pretty sure it's Aiko. She could tell us. She'll just write down, it's Aiko, guys. Or it's Aiko. She'll just write her name. It's E-I-K-O, guys. You both have it wrong. Oh, snap. Okay, so a couple familiar people like Ramona, and a couple of people that are here. That's new. Awesome.
Oh, you were right. It is Eco. Oh, is that what you said? Eco?
Eco.
Yeah, she wrote Eco. Yeah. So we were both wrong.
Oh,
I'm just going to call you Senpai, okay? Okay, cool.
Okay, there you go. You're Dorisha Senpai.
Dorisha Senpai-chan.
Yes, there's a Senpai. Senpai-chan. So like someone who's your superior in teaching, but they're your lesser as well. So maybe they're younger than you. Senpai-chan. I don't know how well you could get away with that. I think if you call someone Senpai-chan in Japanese, they'd be like, you need to go to the principal's office.
They'd punch me right in the throat.
Yeah, punch you in the throat, man. Ow.
Like I'd be yawning and just pop. Right there.
And everything just comes out. Like right onto them. And they'd be like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
You want me to do the outro?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So we do have a lot of new viewers. First off, we want to say thank you for giving us a shot and joining the stream. And if you're still confused of what it is that we do on Don't Worry, we take questions from you guys and we answer them to the best of our ability with the experience that we hold. We are not right. We are not wrong. We're just two dudes on the internet that try our best to help you guys out because we love you and we like to help peoples because this world needs lots of more of that. But we stream every Saturday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you don't know what time that is, go ahead and subscribe to Ryan and hit the bell icon so you're notified when we go live. And also, check us out on Twitter and tweet us interesting things like sandwich pies and stuff.
Sandwich pies? Sandwich pies.
And you can also make sure to follow Ryan Summoning on Twitter.
Yeah, Ryan. Oh, great. Now I started something. I apologize. Apologize to anybody who's from the areas that we mentioned earlier this stream, and my inability to actually do accents or languages.
I know you went full on attack every country.
Yeah, which one did I not hit up yet? Polish? I am Polish, so you dealt with that. I'm actually part Polish and German.
Nice.
I don't know. Yeah. And Irish. So, yep.
Well, we love all you guys as well.
Mm-hmm. You guys are amazing. Thank you for joining us here. Thank you for being on the stream and giving us things to talk about. Thanks for leaving your comments or just sitting by and watching. And we hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Have a great one.
I love you.
I love you, toasters.
I love you, toasters. You're the best. The way you toast my sandwich pie. I love you, toasters, so much. By the way that you toast my pie. Bye.